Welcome back to 4 High Garage. We have another review video on iCrimp's tools. This one I'm really excited about. We're going to cover crimpers for Deutsch style connectors and weather pack connectors. Let's check it out.
Oh, that's not good. That looks like the side of a piston. Okay. Oh, I've got a power stance.
Okay, I've already played with these a little bit, and I have only found one bit of feedback I have for iCrimp, and that has to do with the Deutsch connectors, the Deutsch style crimpers. They are labeled for the size of wire, but the labeling is on this side. And I think it'd just be better if you labeled it on this side where I can come to the toolbox and go, I need this size. So I have just improvised, designated slots for each, and then just wrote the gauge wire that each one can handle. Don't need to do it for the weather pack because they actually have it on this side. Up here, we've got all the release tools. So after you've made your connector, weather pack, or Deutsch style, you can use one of these tools to pull the wire back out of the connector if you need to. Somebody tell me what this is, because it's in the style of the other releases, but that's like triple aught gauge, and none of these crimpers crimp that size. So I don't know why that's in there. That kind of gave me a chuckle. This one's not much different, but all of these I could see you using. This is probably a 12 gauge down. So that's what comes in the kit. It's a pretty comprehensive, great kit. Let's get into it. All right. I did order off that jungle website, Amazon, Deutsch style multi-pack connector set. It's definitely not actually made by that company. I think it's made by the company. I don't know. Probably not. I mean, it says Deutsch IPD USA on the side of it, and then it says in the rubber, I don't know if that camera's going to pick it up, it actually says Deutsch across the back there. So maybe they're knockoffs. I don't know. It was inexpensive. I don't need a whole bunch of them. The thing that makes me really think that it's not, actually I pulled some out, not the real deal, is that the pins that came in the kit. Let's see if I can show these to you. Are like what I would call a weather pack style connector. Now it's got the bullet end, but this kind of crimps over everything, as opposed to, I had to order some of these off of the same jungle website. Like a true Deutsch connector is this bullet. Like there's nothing that wraps around like this has. And although both of them will work, as far as I can tell, in this part, they use two different crimping tools. So this kind uses the weather pack style crimping tool, and then this kind uses the Deutsch style crimping tool, which I'm excited. That's what I'm mostly excited about. I have like some cheap knockoff weather pack crimping tools, but having those Deutsch connectors, Deutsch crimpers, are kind of a game changer for me, because I've got a old Jeep back here that one day I'd like to completely rewire. let's get into actually doing it. Okay, got some scrap wire here. We're going to, let's see, I need to cut this guy in half. We're going to go through and just put together a 2-pack, just a 2-wire 2-pack Deutsch connector. And we're going to use the traditional Deutsch connector style. Now I've cheated on one end because I was playing with it. I've already put that bullet style in on one end, but we'll do it on the others. So there's female, sorry. I need 4 females. No, I'm sorry. I need 2 males, which I got 1, and 2 females. Okay, so that's everything I need. I'll set that guy aside. Okay, so we're gonna make these 2 wires male wires. So we got 1 male end, and this is how you crimp. You don't have to get super, it's so easy to crimp these. It's crazy. You take the terminal, drop it in, stick this guy in there, squeeze it tight. Okay. So one of the things that this has is adjustability over on the side here. 1 being it can crimp the tightest, 7 being the smallest. So let's see if I can get this back in there and crimp a little bit further. There we go. So yeah, just to clarify, each of these has a level of crimping. So because this one goes from 14 to 18 gauge, this one, is a smaller gauge wire, needs a bit more crunch than, say, a 14 gauge wire. So, all right, we've got our 2 males connected there. We're going to stuff them into the connector. The males I always thought this was weird. Males go into the female connector. And it oozes, squishes through that rubber O-ring, comes through there. Should feel and hear a click. Let me grab the other one that I so nicely placed on the ground. Let's see if you can see it just goes through the rubber gasket. And it comes through the inside there, and then listen for a click. Click. And it's hard to see down in there, but there's just a little claw that grabs the edge of that connector. So now it's in there good and tight. And then you've got this little piece. It's basically a retainer that drops down in there. You gotta line it up a little bit. Come on. Droppy, droppy, droppy. And it should also help line up the ends of those male ends. That's where this guy probably comes into play. There it goes. I do not think that goes in, is in all the way though. Okay, little snag here. This has nothing to do with the tool. This is just this connector. The male guys aren't poking through all the way. So this is supposed to push down, but it feels like it's all the way down. Is this supposed to go up further? No. All right. And then I should be able to hook this and get it out of there. So this tool should be able to get behind that orange thing, and I'm just jamming it up. let's go on the outside. Little twist and it should be able to pull it out of there. Oh, I'm breaking it. What is wrong with this guy? Okay. All right, we got the orange thing out. That absolutely goes in that way. Goes in the back there. The more and more I think about it, the more I think these are knockoffs. Yeah. So that doesn't work at all. That is weird. I have no idea why this is that way. Especially since what comes with it is the same length. You can see this is the little lip that the clip that we heard go click, clicks over. This is what came in the kit. Clearly kind of a cheaper one, but they are lined up with that clip. They are the same length. All right, just to rule things out, I tried their own terminals, their own little silver terminals, just to see if I'm crazy, and I'm not. It actually was harder to get to click into it than these bullet style, and then it's no longer. So this is definitely, this is not the tool. The tool's working great. It's this kit that I bought off of Amazon that's kind of a knockoff Deutsch style connector. It's definitely a buy one, cry once kind of situation, because I bought this, then I had to buy these. Don't mess with it. Make sure you're buying actual Deutsch connectors, and I may or may not be able to use these. So let's get back to putting this together as best I can so that you can at least see how the tool works. Okay, on to the female bullet side of things. Get that in there. Crunch it down. It's good and tight. Drop that in there. Crunch it down. Good and tight. They go into the male side connector. Feed that in to get the click. Click. Same here. Whoa. There we go. There we go. You can see them all lined up in there. And not going with the little insert. We're still going to just connect them together. And there we go. Now we have a good connection. I just kind of rushed through that and lucked out. I wasn't paying attention, but do make sure that your correct wires line up. But the good news is, if they didn't, you can pop it apart. You can grab your tool. You can reach down in there for the little clip that holds it and give a little tug on your wire. Same for the other side. Swap them around, put it back in. No harm, no foul, easy peasy. Next up, lobster hands. No, we're going to talk the weather pack connectors. That's the other option. These are the ones that I find all the time at parts stores. Like you can just walk into O'Reilly's and just pick that up. And it's usually a green seal, comes with the female, male side, and they just click together like that. And you just pull them apart. Ow. These are like decent. I mean, they seal good. Everything's great. They just don't, they feel cheaper. They don't, there's just things about them that I don't particularly like. Their connectors, like this is the male end of their connector, have this barbed fitting that you end up using a tool like this that's got just a hole, so it slides over the end of that and like pushes down the barb fittings to remove them, and then you got to kind of pry back the barb fittings back out to stick it back in. This whole like look is just, I mean, it works. Don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with it per se. It's just not my preference. The Deutsch connectors just look more professional. They look like what you would see under the hood of a manufacturer car. Plus, you can get crazy kinds of connectors with the Deutsch system. I mean, you literally can get bulkhead connectors just like you would for a wiring harness on a modern car that connects between the firewall. It goes into the engine bay. And so you can tell I'm pretty excited about the Deutsch connector system. But these are good too. Like I said, before I had this kit, I had these. And there's nothing wrong with it. The way these pretty much work is there's a sizing over here. And with this type of connector, you can see there's these wings that stick out. And they're basically, these crimpers are basically going to grab those wings and pull them around the wire and the insulation. So let's just grab one of these guys and demonstrate. The other thing about this pin that is a little more frustrating is that you end up crimping 2 or 3 times. So this is like, the wire goes in to the connector. See, and this one's not going to even work because the insulation's too big. I can't get it past the second set of wings. Maybe we need a little extra wire showing or something. Oh crap, what did I do with it? There it is. Okay. So we get it to slide in and down into, yeah, I need more wires showing. So it really gets down into the head of this connector. So you want that wire to get down into there, really get down into there, so you're making a good connection. And then the first set of wings right there are going to pinch over the wire. The second will over the insulation. So, I mean, it's just a little more fumbly. It's just a little bit more fumbly than the Deutsch, where you just drop it in, squish, move on to the next one. All right, so eyeball that at like a 18-20, and we'll crimp it around. It should bring it around. Give it a good squeeze. And you can see that first set of wings basically squeezed over and then pinched down into it. And then the second one, it's a bit bigger. We'll do 18, 14 gauge. I don't know, it might be, this is how I operated my other one, but this set here says seal on it, so it might be, no, you know what it is? I totally forgot. Shoot. This style connector comes with these rubber seals so that it seals the back end, but you have to have the seal on first. Snip that. Totally forgot. So the seal goes on there, and this wraps around, this last wing goes around the seal and the insulation. And that's what these are for. Yeah, figuring something out. So this is definitely better than my current set because it does not have the seal crimper. I just had to use a wire crimper to get it done. I just broke it. I don't know what I'm doing wrong there. Well, that's the idea. Is that it wraps that last one around the seal, and then when it goes in here, it makes a good connection, and that rubber seal goes in, and well, that's supposed to go in this one. But you get the idea. It goes in there. These fins bite the sides of the plastic, and that rubber seal back here seals up the backside. The last thing I wanted to cover was just the construction of them, and they're good and beefy. Like the battery terminal crimping tool in the previous video, they've got a really sturdy construction to them. No wobble whatsoever. The handles are like good and glued on. They've got nice no slip grips to them. The release tools all are machined aluminum. I mean, that's like a work of art. iCrimp. So it's a good quality tool and should last in your collection a long time. All right, that's going to wrap this video up. I highly recommend this tool. Like I said in the last video, iCrimp did give me a coupon code. It's John5, the number 5, John spelled Jon, then the number 5. I'll put that right there. And the link to their website is down in the description. I want to thank iCrimp for sending these out for me to review. I really appreciate it. And I hope to work with iCrimp again on some other tools. Thanks for watching.